Soin, and our first match in Night Elf versus Orc. Two wonderful people that we like a lot. What's the situation in the group? LawLiet can take first, second, third, and fourth place, depending on his results, and of course the results of Fly. If he wins 2-0 and Happy loses 0-2, then LawLiet is first. With the win here, it is very, very likely that LawLiet makes it at least second place. But if he loses, there's definitely a chance for Soin to surpass him, because Soin in both series won a map so far, and therefore his map score is looking really good, even though the points are not on the board yet. So who wants to cast this? We didn't talk about this. I would say I can do the first map with one of you lovely chats.
Yeah, take it away, Remo.
All right. Excited to see this one. Night Elf vs. Orc, always one of my favorites. And I gotta say, Neo, if you would have passed up on LawLiet today, I would have been a bit suspicious. I would be like, what's going on with Neo? Is he getting a cold? Living below ground? The cold temperature being problematic for him? But I'm glad to see that you're sticking with your boy.
Yeah, but Remo, you can ask the same question to LawLiet because he denied a creep. Big, yeah, look at the face. Like, oh no, I screwed up. I know it. That's not good. He wanted to creep the green at the same time, but he denied with an Ancient of War.
Yeah, he also denied the item. So Blade Master couldn't get it. He did that certainly on purpose. I wonder if maybe he also denied the creep on purpose for the blade, not to be able to get it. We didn't quite have the perfect intel there because someone went for the fast, aggressive play with the Blade Master without even a shop. But now the Keeper on the other side of the map will get that level 2. It's especially painful if the Keeper is prevented from getting level 2 for a long time. But the Blade doesn't even get the first kill here. And I would say this is pretty fine for LawLiet so far. He's got a big experience.
Okay, sloppy start into the game, but now we figured this out. And Soin seems like he plays every matchup except against Human with this opener. We've seen it in mirror matches. We've seen it yesterday versus Happy as well. Just pick the Blade Master, rush across, and cause some trouble.
The great thing about this is that you can tech fast because the shop came later. But now the Keeper's level 2. We've seen that millions of times before. The first grunt goes down. That's some good experience, albeit cost some mana, certainly. Great item here for the Blade Master with the Wand of Illusion. Going to be scouting around, wants to figure out what LawLiet is up to. And we can already tell it's no Huntresses, so it seems like it's going to be no Hunts expansion, but rather Talons, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what LawLiet played yesterday. So there was a little bit of game tape for Soin to study. Big last hit. Soin got it, 1.6, and the replenishment potion, how good is that? You see LawLiet taking the hands off the keyboard, still that smirk on his face. This is not really how he wanted the game to go, but in general, he's still in a playable position.
Yeah, this is oftentimes the difficulty with this map early game for Night Elf. Oh, wait, there is an expansion coming without hunts. That's an unusual build. Interesting. I wonder if he's still gonna go Talons. Tier 2 Talons? Is that worth it? We shall see. There was still a Wand of Illusion, I think, just used. Oh, this is gonna be a big deal. Whether this illusion will find the expansion, because if it does, I think someone can pressure it pretty well.
And no one has a staff just yet, but that can change, of course. Is it mirror image or is it crit? Is the next decision that Soin has to make. And the Keeper moves on. Shadowhunter second on Soin's side, Raider and Walker. That's the second time we see this. Shaman falling out of meta a little bit here in TP League.
Yeah, Shaman are very good early on tier 2, and on the right map it's very strong for securing an expansion, but if you want to go one base, especially against Talons, normally the Walkers are much better. So Soin's choice not to go Shaman seems to indicate that he does not want to expand. And now he's got scouting of the natural with a Blade Master Illusion. I'm not sure if he saw the tree though, I think he may not have.
Second chance now as the Shadowhunter is creeping. I guess Soin learned a lesson yesterday from Fly to pay attention to that creep spot so you don't lose your Shadowhunter to creeps. That was fantastic. Got a good lul in chat. But yeah, so far a pretty tame mid-game. Soin not too aggressive, focusing on that second hero. And the grunts are so hurt that the Shadow Hunter has to tank. Not ideal. Keeper level 3 on the way. And what's the decision for LawLiet? It is expansion into talents.
Yeah, it seems very greedy. Not only is it expansion to talents, he also has to level up the Demon Hunter to get level 3. Otherwise, it's going to be looking pretty disappointing. Although he's got some good items for the demon. Everything that boosts his stats, like the Periap, like the ring that he found, are very good. But now it's about creeping. And this is the difficulty for Night Elf on this map in the mid-game. Normally, it's very hard to creep reliably because the Ancient of War can't be so active normally on this map. LawLiet creeping the middle is going to be a big item for him. But look at the demon. Still only level 1.3.
Yeah, and that big item can go straight back to the shop. The Rune Braces versus Orc absolutely useless, as there is no nukes available. I love this little Blade Master play that we've seen by Soin just for a second. Blocking the Tree of Life, putting some chip damage in, delaying the expansion. And if it's just 10-15 seconds, that's still a lot of gold that's not going to LawLiet at the moment. This also causes some repair, which is more resources that you can't put into army. But tier 3 is almost done, and then stormy times on Northern Isles.
Interestingly, the Blade, by the way, didn't sell the TP. I wonder if he's going to try to go for some kind of play with this. Oh, good Windwalk gets out just barely. Shadow Hunter creeping one more green camp and then lands right on the money on level 3. This is oftentimes the timing that the Orc is looking for. Level 3, ideally pick up the heal scroll and then go for the fight. And I think this could be a great fight indeed for Soin. What does LawLiet have? Demon only level 2. Master training. About to finish, yes.
No, that's Adept.
LawLiet doesn't have much. Oh, that's Adept training?
Yes, that's Adept training. Look at the upper left, there's nothing. Soin decides to not make this an all-in, but rather counter-expand, and I think he can do some big damage right now. Tree fully healed, okay, but only for a second. We got wards level 2, we got a big Invo Potion, a well-equipped Blade Master, and LawLiet is still busy with the camp with the Tuskas. This expansion was maybe a little bit too greedy this game. Not going LawLiet's way, and the easiest expo snipe of his life.
And the cool thing is, there's still a TP. So Soin can easily commit to the base attack and then TP out if needed and stay efficient with quick healing, continuing to creep and stuff. I'm not sure if this was all part of the plan, but this TP is now very fortuitous. And now trying to take out as much units as he can. Oh, and the disenchant against the Triggins, of course, so effective. That is a good bit of experience there picked up as well. End snares flying, and every end snare might be a kill.
Lucky LawLiet though, big mana potion on his Demon Hunter for now. Should swap it over to the Keeper to let Entangle Rain. The Roots have to save this, and here we come. The E button not only well oiled up for Kevin Schwem, also for LawLiet. Demon Hunter finds himself in almost a little bit of a surround between the Serpents. Can he reach the shop? So close! He gets it though. And now the Demon Hunter under fire. LawLiet forced to fight into the Snake Pit. Still desperately waiting for Master Training. Invo Potion, that is the big one. That's a lot of free reign for the Blade. Critical Strike, Focus Fire. Is the cooldown off? He got the resources, another kill, and Soin might just be overextending here.
Remember, he has that TP, he's buying time, and he also, well, he didn't kill the Demon Hunter, he put lots of damage on him, and the Moonwells are super dry right now. I think he also used 2 heal potions, so now healing for LawLiet is going to be very difficult. He took out some units by Soin, yes, but as we look at the supply, he could replenish those numbers, and the expansion now is about to come up and finish, and Soin is looking absolutely grand. This game would have loved for him to also pick up a heal scroll on the way home, but wanted to get back to his own Voodoo Lounge as quickly as he could. It seems like LawLiet needs to come up with a big play right now.
Yeah, Alchemist third. That is indeed a play that we haven't seen. And just judging from the games of yesterday and the first map of today, it feels like this is indeed the big one. Everybody's coming up with new strategy, refined strategy, some curveball for the opponent that they are not too used to playing against. But man, this looks like an easy hold, not on the burrow, because there's no reinforced, but on everything else. The Raiders find a wonderful connection to some talents, 2 down immediately, and here comes the Snakes again. Heal spray cancelled, Soin with great micro once again, as so often, but oh?
The control on the Demon Hunter with the Hex, with the Ensnares, he's doing it really well, preventing the mana burn on the Shadow for the longest time, which meant more Serpent Wards, obviously. Treants not doing much because there's this enchant over and over. Now the Shadow's out of mana, but the work has been done. And the Demon is super hurt. He sold the Periap earlier, which is kind of unusual, but I guess he needed the money. Heal Potion used. LawLiet still in the fight. But of course he can't afford to fall back here. This expansion is clearly the win condition for his opponent.
Yeah, there's no backup expansion for LawLiet, not that he re-establishes that tree of life. There is a little bit of normal damage or hero damage from Demon Hunter, Alchemist, etc., but the talents don't really do much against buildings as good as they are in straight-up fights, so this will take ages, and this is also time for the Blade Master to maybe get some new items, let the clarity run, but Soin decides not to go for that, rather for another fight. Onto the Demon Hunter, there's nothing on him, staff maybe, Invo Potion can be transferred. So far, so good, and there's a lot of walkers here that can easily be sniped. If LawLiet takes care of that Demon Hunter, there might still be a chance.
TP now gonna be needed. Finally, the TP gets used after being active in the inventory for so long. Back to the main base, healing up now, but LawLiet, he was kind of able to win that fight. But again, everything is so hurt. Demon half dead, Alchemist half dead. He needs to get these potions ASAP, and probably also some heal scrolls.
And now in this situation, you would love to have a Tinker for the Pocket Factory to do some additional damage to the Great Hall, but the Tinker is still in the tavern enjoying a cold one maybe, while the Alchemist is fighting the good fight for the elves. LawLiet pulling back, sees I don't have the time, I don't have the damage, I don't have the sustain to continue this push, so let's set back a little, go to the shop, a new invul, a new heal scroll, but still, Moon Juice is so low, but he has to push, he has to get some more kills.
Yeah, honestly, LawLiet, I would say, has been doing this pretty damn well considering the position. He went for a greedy expansion, that got giga punished, just completely destroyed, and follow-up damage. And then the expansion for the opponent was up, and he's able to do it so far. Can he keep up this attack? LawLiet is super all-in. He has to take out the expansion. There is no plan B. There's no other way of winning this game.
Exactly, and he can't afford to lose a map if he still wants to aim for the group stage win. Yeah, he needs some assistance for Fly as well, but if he loses a map, he can only get rank 2 at max, and the Demon Hunter just falls. Alchemist out of the fight as well, and as mighty as Cyclone is, you can't stop this Raider attack. There's only 6 Cyclones left. You need it. The Keeper is dead, and Soin, for the 3rd time in a row, taking the first map of the series in Group A.
Damn, son.
That's a proper reaction to the first map of the day.
Yeah, that was interesting actually at the end there to see Hex being used to kill both heroes and just not relying on heal wave whatsoever. If I was playing Orc, I would be like terrified of not actually having heal wave at my disposal.
And the crazy thing is, I think, did he get 1 heal scroll or did he get none? He was certainly very low on heal scrolls. He must have had at most 1. I don't know. But he played this so well. Did the way he was controlling the demon with the hex, with the ensnares, the timing there. Soin really looking good. You know, Carson always loves to say, somewhat seriously, somewhat jokingly, that Soin has the best micro in the world. He really looked outstanding here. Loved his play. But pretty questionable by LawLiet. This was a really greedy expansion. Of course, if it works out and you don't get scouted, that can win you the game quickly. But if it gets found and punished, like we saw, you end up being behind. Bit of a gamble here by LawLiet on map 1. That does not work out in his favor.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a gamble, but rather just he wanted to build the expansion to draw the Blade's attention while he creeps Demon Hunter level 3 because he tech tier 3 so quickly as well. Maybe it was just a distraction, but even if it was an expensive one for sure. And Soin did actually get pillage as well, so learned from his moon game, I suppose.
All right, Soin gets the map. We get some love from you guys out there. Thank you for the support. Mr. Banana Brain for the 8-month resub. And Stars and Stripes 69 with the 55-month resub. Is $17,500 enough for one night with Quberte?
It's enough for 1 year, I think.
Oh, you cheap little... Anyway, we got a game, everybody, and that is map 2. Soin, can you finally close out a series? He's been in the situation before. He was 1-0 up versus Fly. He was 1-0 up versus Happy. But in the end, there was just an L, and he lost both series back-to-back yesterday. With that result here, we have it confirmed that... do we have it confirmed? Okay, we have it confirmed that there's no 3-way tie for rank 1, which is really good for us casters, so we don't have to do that much math. It's not confirmed that Happy takes the group, because Fly could still tie him up with a 2-0 victory, but LawLiet can't get rank 1 anymore, at max rank 2. Oh, there might still be a 3-way tie. Oh boy,
wait, so Happy only needs 1 map for first place?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an easy way to put it. Thank you, Remo.
We'll be seeing him later, of course. But now let's see if the good play continues for Soin. Oh, he's playing a 2-burrow tech. Didn't do that before. He went for a fast tech, delayed the shot a bit. And again, Neo, you were right. He's moving across the map aggressively right away, but not instantly towards the expansions and the opponents creeping, but rather wants to pick up that circlet. So popular, that circlet nowadays. Shows us, I think it's a good metaphor for life, right? Circlet we always thought was good, but we didn't appreciate it enough until you don't get it for free anymore. And then everyone was like, man, that circlet's good. You gotta buy that circlet.
Yeah. This was played, of course, for longest time, but it's really back in fashion, the circlet. Nice little steal by Soin. Feels like you're a little bit ahead of me. Spoiler alert. And that again delays level 2 for LawLiet. For LawLiet, it's pretty much the same situation as in map 1. The Archer goes down as well because Soin's body blocks are impressive here today. And now what, man? More experience from that Treant. This is an utter disaster for LawLiet.
Yeah, this is a sick early so far for Soin. This is like perfect. Keeper also losing so much HP. This means it's going to be hard to heal up from the moon wells. Normally you want to be full HP to get as much mana as you can. You also want to have Entangle quickly. Oh, there's a little zoo running around here. The frog and the sheep all having a little meeting together.
Would you pay for that zoo, though, if it's just a few frogs and a crab, maybe? It's not
frogs
the best.
Are cute, bro. And
yeah,
turtles?
but would you pay for that, though?
I like turtles. Oh, and guess what? You also finds the AP.
Oh, God.
This is a disaster. Wait, is he gonna get level 2 Blade here?
It's close.
Not quite. Staff in from the Keeper. But the peons were also instantly pulled to have a bit more damage for the cancel. And a TP home. This TP that doesn't get saved anymore, or doesn't get sold anymore. Someone's using it smartly, tactically. And this is looking absolutely horrendous for LawLiet. This could be a quick 2-0 today.
Keeper is not level 2 after 4 minutes on concealed. What a disaster. Blade Master on the chase.
Oh my god.
There's a TP. Needs it quickly. My god. An absolute demolishment. LawLiet again taking hands off of mouse and keyboard. Like, what do I do now? How can I possibly save this game?
There's 3 grunts out already, by the way. This is super quick. Thanks to the 2-burrow build. I guess this is the new orc playstyle on some maps. Just skip the shop. Overrated. Just aggressive circlet aggression right away. And Soin is making this work, making this look really cool. LawLiet now, far behind, has to take some risks. If he gets creepjacked here, game's probably over. But yeah, you gotta roll the dice a little bit now.
And also, like, LawLiet's performance yesterday versus Fly in this very matchup was so amazing. He destroyed him pretty much 2-0. Yeah, Fly put on a good fight in the late game, but the early game was just all Night Elf in here. The tables have turned, Remo. Soin is playing an exceptional tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely marvelous. You mentioned before that he was, unfortunately, also in a position to fumble some of his games. If he fumbles this map, then I'm gonna be feeling a bit sad for him, because this is about as big of a lead as you can hope to get on the pro level. Like, this was absolute destruction. Keeper low HP, has no mana, still not level 3. But maybe if he gets level 3 here with a wand of mana ceiling, maybe there's an opportunity to do something. Unless the Blade, again, throws a spanner in the works.
Yeah, yesterday Soin had the problem of overextending with such a lead. Like, okay, he was a little bit too comfortable. He thought he can fight this, but he wasn't able to fight the fights. So I wouldn't mind if he steps on the brake a little, plays this a little more conservative now to not create any opportunities for his opponent to catch up. And look at this, Blade Master, no mana, surrounded, and no staff. Can he fight out? How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck cooked wood, not enough. Oh, is it enough maybe with Heal Wave first? It absolutely is!
Yeah, Soin just seems to be absolutely everywhere that he needs to be. This is like one of those magical games, you know, where everything is going perfectly. And Soin must be feeling over the moon. The performance here, the plays he's pulling off looking absolutely grand. And LawLiet, nothing is working out for him just yet. He also used both charges of the wand of mana stealing and didn't get much to show for it. Still not level 3, dude. Only gonna get it now in sharing with the Alchemist. This keeper who's normally all about tempo early had no tempo to show for, which is of course because of the weak early stage. And Soin, world now indeed his oyster, could expand, even if this expansion on this map is a bit hard to clear.
Yeah, this is gnarly. A little bit Moon style-esque, I guess. Oh, it's Acid Bomb. I wonder if LawLiet is going for Chemical Rage or if it's Heal Spray. It's definitely Dryads, and they need to do some heavy lifting with their small lean bags. Dispel is coming in, just for more mana, I guess, and to dispel Treants and Entangle. LawLiet is moving across now, not stopping at the red. I guess best you can hope for is a creep check somewhere?
Blade Master gets caught, but it's only level 1 Entangle. Not really that scary. Both first heroes still holding a skill point, interestingly. Now it was spent. That's level 2 Entangle, and the Blade all of a sudden in trouble. Whoa! But close enough for the Speed Scroll and the Heal Wave. And now going for Zeppelin, trying to evacuate, but the Blade Master almost dead. Heal Potion! Oh my god, dude, he counted the milliseconds for that one.
Okay, still in a little bit of trouble. Poison damage stacking up. Reveal used, but that is, I guess, the first successful Zeppelin evacuation of the tournament. Soin shaking his head a little like, not again, not again. Don't fumble for the 3rd time in a row. But yeah, we've seen quite some disasters with Zeppelin. Involves Hindenburg is the fashion in TP League, but not for Soin. This was well done. He can reset a little, heal up a little, let the clarities run. But with that, LawLiet grabs the red spot. That's the first thing that goes well for him this entire map.
So spotting the Blade Master as he's coming in, some good experience, gets the aura item, very good for the Dryads, and it is indeed only Dryads. Because LawLiet is not going tier 3, we won't see bears, just pure Dryad mass. Against which the Walkers don't really do much, so Soin has to transition to something else, and that now will be Headhunters. I think that makes sense. And the Shadowhunter here also could be a big contributing factor. If he gets level 4 especially, the Shadowhunter is a beast. And he's not too far away.
More creeping, but everything's hurt thanks to the poison on the right-hand side. No TP, no heal scroll. LawLiet, are you ready to jump onto that already? No dispel? That hurts a little bit. Claw plus 8 also found. First time we talk about items, really. Circlet, gloves, claw, pretty nice. Heal scroll on LawLiet's side though, as he retreats to yet another red spot.
Not the easiest camp by any means. The Dryads, especially if they get attacked, will take lots of damage. In fact, the whole Night Elf army is unarmored. Which of course also why the Serpent Wards and the Shadowhunter will be so effective. So in though reading this play, Blade Master stalking would love to steal the item right here. And Soin ready to pounce. LawLiet has a supply lead, but that one might be a bit deceptive.
Soin also 300 gold. Is he ready for this fight? No reinforcements here. Doesn't feel forced to break upkeep just yet. Just want to squeeze a little more gold out before he takes this one. LawLiet also not too confident. Rightfully so, after how this map went. But Soin, he thinks that is my camp now. That's my fountain. And that's the moment LawLiet has been waiting for.
Great setup with the Serpent Wards. Pulls the Drake into the Serpent Wards. It's going to be hard for LawLiet to engage. He does do so now, but the item already went to Soin. It's the Balthala's boots.
Ooh.
Absolutely wonderful. One Raider will be getting taken out at the start, but the Serpent Wards are going to be dangerous. Maybe the Ancient of War can help out a bit. Supply-wise, we are very even, but the heroes already looks to be so much stronger on the Orc side.
Oh man, it's like 10 supply falling in quick succession for LawLiet. Gets the revenge kill. It is Heal Spray Acid Bomb, by the way. No Chemical Rage, the way Moon plays it. Raiders are falling, neck and neck fight, both at around 44. Big dispel on the Treants to take that one away. Who has more sustain in this fight? Blade Master's cleaning the backline with his mighty sword. So much damage, but not too much sustain as the Shadowhunter is out of mana now. No more heal wave. Also Spirit Link, whatever you focus should be dispelled, as you see here. And LawLiet with an impressive fight.
Oh, Alchemist there, if there was a crit or two, could have also seen his end. And LawLiet indeed getting plenty of kills. Would have been ideal for him if he had an expansion in the back, but he doesn't have that. But he's quickly getting back up to 50 supply. You could argue perhaps LawLiet's army right now is the stronger one on the field, but the heroes might make the difference in the end. There, Soin has lots of room to grow. Shadow and Blade, dual hero. One of the strongest dual hero combos in the game, and they're both about to get level 4, which is big level ups in both cases.
I feel like Soin's face is telling quite a story though. He's shaking his head multiple times throughout the series. Of course the series of yesterday must be in the back of his head. With such a lead in the early game, he might be fumbling again, dropping the ball just like yesterday. I wonder if he lacks confidence now after this first fight.
Got the double level 4, gonna pick up the next item. Scourge Bone Shines. Oh my god, that is so good for the Blade Master. And also a little help for the Raiders. And here at the fountain, it is dangerous to fight against these Orc forces. Dryad don't benefit so much from the healing. They don't have that much HP. And the target, especially from the Serpent Wards, will be scary against them. LawLiet, though, big supply lead. What can he do with it?
Engine of War's in position. The Peon was moving over for another Great Hall. Doesn't work at all. Nice coverage with the building he doesn't need anymore to just secure the one base situation. And there he sees it like, I had a good read on you, didn't I? Lots of wisps coming in. That was how LawLiet dominated this matchup in 2020-21. And here they are again. The wisp flood to get rid of the mana, especially on this Shadow Hunter, is crucial. But then there's still the Blade, hard to control.
Really love the early Demolisher, gonna be helping out here soon, especially Entangle. I mean, Ensnare plus Demolisher, great combo always. Wisps did detonate. Shadow Hunter has a bit of mana left, not everything was drained, but not much is left over, and the shop is gone. But the Dryads are falling quickly, dude. They have one armor upgrade, but it might not be enough. So much damage flying in against them. Blade Master and Serpent Wards and Demolishers. These Dryads having a tough time, understandably, staying alive. So does the Alchemist maybe. One more Ensnare, could be a Zend or a Windwalk follow-up, but he runs away, makes it away. And LawLiet is unable to break this wall of snow.
Oh my god, cut Dryads into pieces, not even his last resort. What a beast this Blade Master is. And Soin has shown yesterday how amazingly able he is to control that very hero. We're still on one base. Soin still has to catch up in some supply, but how much supply is this Blade Master worth? How much supply is a full mana Shadow Hunter worth? These Wisp detonates, as good as they were, they're quite expensive. That was basically the cost of a heal scroll, if not more. And you can't afford that all the time. Level 5 on both Night Elf heroes now as well, closing in on level 5. Once again an arms race.
Expansion also gonna get cleared. Soin might be able to expand there soon. Although at the moment he's a bit broke. It's time to heal up and mana up. Clarity's running on the Shadow Hunter. And as we look at those numbers next to the hero portraits, we can see them rising higher and higher, and that's bad news for the Night Elf. Sure, his Keeper and Alchemist are getting stronger, but in comparison to the Orc heroes, it is not a fair exchange. Double level 5 on Orc heroes can oftentimes make up for 20 supply deficit. LawLiet has a supply lead, but I feel like this one is not going to be enough.
I agree. Also, he's paying upkeep the entire time. Soin is not. More gold to work with. 4 items, 4 heal salves for clarities. Now claiming a little map control on the right-hand side. Pendant of Energy, not too bad for an Alchemist, but he would have some tankability maybe. A ring would be so good against the Blade Master. Alchemist is high HP but low armor, and that is an invite to a Blade Master snipe. And just like this, Ensnare on a Dryad, that one's gone. And are we having pillage? Of course not, but these Moonwolves should be falling.
Keeper level 5. But especially against the Walkers, that doesn't seem to do much. There we go, double disenchant, all the treants gone. To be fair though, the Walkers don't have that much mana, so maybe the Keeper will finally be able to do something. He's got level 3 Entangle, which can be very scary, especially against heroes if there is no Dispel against it. The Walkers running into the front line, you can see they can attack nothing. All the Giants are magic immune, but the Blade Master certainly can. Mass Ensnares also flying out, the Demolisher doing a bit more damage, and the Serpent Wards along with it, and the Orc heroes climbing closer to double level 5.
Oh, Remo, you know I have a little bit of a fetish for the big red numbers, and here they come. 189, love to see it. 1 or 2 more kills is crit level 3. Just has to be careful that the Entangle doesn't catch too much. 165, 2 crits in a row. so insane sword. But the units, what about them? The Keeper is doing a fantastic job sniping Raiders and Walkers, and the Shredder is killing these Headhunters one after the next. And the supply is still even. The dust settles. LawLiet, yep, back to 50. But he, in the late game, has that free expansion. Oh, Blade. Oh, no, 240. Ay, ay, ay. Remember when I said the supply is more or less even? That was rough.
And now it's time to have fun. How high can we get? 228. Yup.
Oh, boy.
Double level 5.
Oh, boy.
That's it. GG.
Soin 2-0, finally able to reward him for a great performance. He is the positive surprise of this group so far, taking a map off of Happy, getting a win off of LawLiet, and now LawLiet's in trouble in this group.
Honestly, both games are pretty surprising to watch. You know, LawLiet with kind of a questionable build in game 1, and then game 2, I just don't understand what his win condition is here going tier 2 Mass Dryads. If you don't crush your opponent in every skirmish, you're just going to feed the Orc heroes over time. 5/5 heroes can easily dominate, you know, they can overcome a supply difference, as you pointed out, Remo, and it's just, what are you trying to achieve here with this strategy? If you can't get an expansion up at any point, you're just going to fall off in scaling, and that's exactly what we saw.
And there's other options on this map, right? Like, Huntress expansion, sure, it's weaker than it used to be, but it's still very much playable. Talons on this map, not the best, but with Keeper, maybe you can make it work. Also a good late game strategy. But I guess it came down a lot to the early game. What a horrendous early game that was. I mean, this was picture perfect for Soin at the start. Honestly, like 4 minutes in, his win chance were probably like 85%. Played that absolutely wonderful. And I think LawLiet maybe has to make some adjustments to this new aggressive Orc style.